here we go.
Welcome to the Super Wheeler Bros podcast. I'm Jake Wheeler.
Mike Wheeler. It still was loud.
I'm trying to keep my voice just radio low and smooth.
Oh, smooth jazz on 94.9.
Something like that.
The vagina.
Right before we started, he goes, remember, you don't have to be right on the mic.
Well, you can be right on the mic if you were talking that low.
If I'm talking like this, I can be right on the mic.
Exactly.
Problem is I get right on the mic and I'm like, welcome!
Yeah, welcome, because today we have a very special episode on this Sunday, March 20th. It is the 100th episode of the Super Wheeler Bros podcast.
What?
Believe it or not. We've done this 100 times.
That's too much. We're done.
Oh.
See ya.
Damn.
Oh,
Yeah, you fucking shit up.
I knocked the Punisher over? I'm sorry if I
No,
did.
I don't think you did. But
Can't
yeah.
knock the Punisher over.
So,
So yeah, that's cool, man.
yeah, happy 100.
Yeah.
And fitting to our style, that's pretty much all we're going to say about it. However, we do have a short episode in mind. We have two major things to talk about. One is Marvel's Daredevil Netflix series. Season 2 came out on Friday. And Jake and I almost binge-watched the entire thing this weekend. I did. Jake was one episode away.
You did it in like one day, too.
I did it on almost one day.
Because I started on Friday.
Yeah, I passed out on Friday night around, 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And then I tried to watch it, and then I got up the next day around 11 and just watched it almost the whole way through until about 11 o'clock.
I thought you didn't start until like 2.
Oh, it was later in the day. And
no.
You're right. It was later in the day. But then I stopped around 11 o'clock and played Black Ops 3 Zombies for the first time. Pretty epic, not going to lie. But I played that for like 3 hours, and I didn't want to stop playing. So I could have stopped a million times. Scott's goddamn microphone was broken, so I couldn't hear him, but he could hear me. So we were literally on the phone for 3 hours.
Use the phone.
Yeah, we just called each other.
Nice. I mean,
So it worked.
yeah, it does. I watched mine more broken up.
Yeah. And then I finished it after that last night. I think I got finished around 5 o'clock.
Well, that makes sense then.
Yeah.
Yeah. 5 a.m.
Well, I was only 2 episodes away from being done, so I was like, okay, let's do this.
Right. No, I have one more to watch. So
Yep.
yeah.
And it's amazing the criticism that seems to be coming this second season's way, and it's really bugging me a little
I
bit.
haven't really looked at any.
Most people say that there are a few characters gone, and so is the Spark, which makes no sense because actually one of those characters they mentioned makes an appearance. By the way, just want to let you know, we are going to talk about the show in depth, so if you have not watched Season 2 of Daredevil,
I don't want to watch this.
yeah, you don't want to watch this episode until you've got it finished. Once it stop now, and then come back when you've watched the show. Okay?
Yeah.
Anyway, so we'll get into that, and then we'll get into last week's Walking Dead, and if we have enough time, maybe we'll do the percentage thing today. Maybe not. We may just save it for next week. It just depends.
Still got time, I think,
Yeah.
for percentages of death.
Yeah. Though I get the feeling something bad's going to happen tonight. I don't know.
Maybe.
We'll see.
We'll see. How many are left? 2 or 3?
3, including this one. This is 14. 14, 15, 16.
So this will be 2 after tonight.
Yep.
I'd say, I mean, we could do it today, but I'd say next week would be a good time to do it. Percentages for the last couple episodes.
Okay.
Because somebody might die tonight.
Yeah, then we just won't have to include them.
Yeah. Yeah, then we'll do chances for the rest of the people dying.
All right. So let's go ahead and get into Daredevil Season 2. I don't know how much we really want to rehash the plot, but essentially...
I mean, we don't have to go through the whole entire plot.
Yeah,
Just talk
essentially a Daredevil...
Started off with a bang.
Yeah, it's right in the midst of Daredevil just
Literally.
being the devil of Hell's Kitchen. Mm-hmm. You know?
Picks up where we left off, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like it's funny that all this time we all thought Punisher was saying beg, but he was saying bang.
No, I knew he was saying bang.
Bang. Yeah.
Everybody kept saying he was saying beg, but no, he was saying bang.
It was bang. Yeah.
Right before he shoots Daredevil in the face.
Yes. So the Punisher in this episode is heavily teased, but not shown very much until the end. It was like like a boogeyman, kind of
Right.
playing out, and it was pretty.
It's funny
epic.
because I was watching it with Caitlin, and when the scene where the Irish guys just get shot up, she's like, "Who the fuck is shooting?" I'm like, "Oh, I wonder who that could be."
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, right, the Punisher."
Like they're talking all that shit,
Yeah.
just having their like big balls moment, and
Yeah.
then they're all dead.
Yeah. Yep.
So, awesome. So,
Yeah. I love the way the Punisher was brought into this. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. So essentially, this season dealt with the Punisher being introduced into the world and what the difference between his code of morality and Daredevil's code of morality was, and their butting heads on not crossing that line. Where Frank was just gone. He didn't care anymore.
The season is really just two stories tied into
Interweaved,
one.
yeah, because Elektra shows up in episode 4.
And there's a completely different story going on with that.
Yeah.
So
And that dealt with the hand and stick and everything like that, which could have been its own season.
Yeah.
And the Punisher could have been its own season.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with it interweaving. Like it
Yeah.
didn't bother me at all.
it made it go by really fast. I felt like
Yeah.
because there
There was
wasn't
no
like
filler.
it wasn't like really it wasn't really stretched out. It was like kind of put everything in there that there's a couple scenes here or there maybe that
Yeah.
might have been a little more filler, but no, it was all pretty important going towards both of those storylines. So
Yeah.
I thought it was cool.
I want to tell you the two scenes that stood out to me the most by far was that stairway fight in, I think it was episode 4 of
Something like that.
and it was so epic. I thought it was better than the hallway fight.
It's I'm so far in now I can't even remember back to I remember the first few episodes, but specific things.
And then,
the first 3 episodes were awesome.
Yeah, well, yeah. I thought the first 4 actually like majorly into the Punisher's arc
Yeah.
were by far the most entertaining.
Yeah.
The little James Bond thing that he and Elektra had going on, that was kind of fun.
Yeah.
But that fight in the stairway for Daredevil, and then the prison fight for the Punisher.
Oh yeah, the prison fight. That was fucking cool.
Because I thought he's like, okay, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
And then he was just like, nope, fuck this.
Yeah. I don't even know. I don't think he was like, I'm fucked. He was just kind of like, motherfucker. like,
It's like Rorschach. I'm not
Double
in here
cross
with
me.
you.
Yeah.
You're in here with me.
Yeah. And he just starts charging them and
Yeah.
just starts taking motherfuckers out.
Yep.
Awesome.
So what did you think about just that they were no holds barred, the blood, the guts? I mean, he blew a dude's face clean off with a shotgun. Lugo Elson.
Yeah, he had a drilled into his foot.
Yeah.
I mean, that was gross.
Yeah, by Lugo Elson. The henchman that got the knife out of Jack's belly and thrown into his throat. That was that guy.
I would have never known that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know who you're talking about. No, I mean, yeah, there was punishment going on.
There was
Pretty much.
extreme punishment.
And there was killing going on with Elektra
a
too.
lot. Yeah,
So-
oh yeah. And Stick and
Well, yeah, and all that shit. So, yeah, I mean, they
throat slitting.
They don't hold back on this.
And we even got one F word. We got one F word.
Yeah, he did drop
Punisher
one
was
F-bomb.
sitting there with Daredevil chained up, and he's just like, "Fuck, man, what are you talking about?"
Yeah.
So, but that whole, I don't know, man. I felt so much more intrigued with the Punisher story than Elektra's story, but I was, like Karen. I thought Karen helped carry that back half of the story because Deborah Ann Woll was really good with the investigating stuff, and her relationship with the Punisher was really interesting.
Yeah, it was actually really cool. I mean, and the stuff that was going on with him and Foggy this season, I felt was more interesting than last
by
season.
far.
So,
And I really, really like Eldon Henson is his name.
I think that's what his name is.
I really, really like him. Sometimes he gets on my nerves because he just doesn't get it. And it does, I don't know. But
No, but it was way more interesting this season than I was, because last season I was kind of like, all right, like I get it, they're friends, move past that shit.
Yeah.
But I think with him knowing now and like the dynamic, like he was trying to help him, but then by the end of the season he was like,
He was just
fuck
done,
you and
man.
your shit, man.
Yeah.
Like I'm tired of it.
Yeah,
so.
like you're gonna get us all killed.
Yeah, and he does almost.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Foggy got shot. Which, you know, that was a nice frame job.
right. The thing I want to get into the most is, what do you think of John Barenthal?
Okay, I text you this in the first episode, and I was just like, dude, John Barenthal is awesome.
Yeah.
And then about, I don't know, maybe 8 hours later, I was like, dude, Barenthal's hijacking this
See,
show.
I thought you were saying that at the beginning, because I had just gotten to like 6 where he wasn't really on there as much. So I thought, I was like, yeah, he kind of did for a little while there.
What got me was
yeah,
that scene where he was talking to Karen and he was breaking down about his family when he's sitting in the hospital bed, and he changed completely.
Right.
From just, you know, the Warpath dude. And I was like, dude, he's so good right now.
Well, I mean, just the scene where he's talking to Daredevil at the end of like episode 4 or whatever, that was really good too.
Oh yeah, that
Where
was
he's
a
breaking
long
down.
monologue.
Oh yeah. Yeah, when he asked them where that comes from, the fucking one duck, two duck, whatever the fuck.
Oh
he
yeah,
says.
yeah.
Penny
One
and
match,
dime.
one match, two
One
match.
Yeah, that's right. Match, two
One
match.
match, two match, penny and dime.
Yeah.
Yep.
Penny and dime. What duck? Where did they get ducks from? Is there something happen with ducks in there?
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, dude, he was awesome. I love Thomas Jane as the Punisher, but he was better.
He was way better. Way better.
He really was. He was perfect.
He was, dude. He was so intense.
And I knew he would be.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You cast him. I was like, he's gonna be awesome.
You remember how he did Shane, and he brought a lot of that to the role, but way more nuanced.
Right. See, I had a coworker who works remote, and he like hit me up right away, like episode 1. I was just like, at first I'm like, wait, what? And I was like, oh, I haven't watched it yet, man. Like, I was like, I didn't get to watch it because that it was released on Friday.
Oh, so he's watching it while he's working. Pretty much.
And then like an hour later, episode 2, though, and I was just like, motherfucker, like I hate you so much right now. But and then he starts telling me, he's like, John Barenthal is killing it as the Punisher. I was like, oh, dude, I knew he would. He's like, I just was afraid he'd do like too much Walking Dead. I was like, if you've ever not seen him in anything else, or he does like different accents and shit, and he's more like, the fucking Tank movie.
Oh yeah, he was great.
He was in that,
Fury.
and then he was in that mini series thing that I don't know if you watched any of.
Yeah. The Frank Darabont one.
Yeah, and then
he did Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, Wolf of Wall Street. I mean, I know he can do other things, and he has that intensity. So I was just like, yeah. Dude, I knew he was gonna be.
Dude, he brought it. He brought it hardcore, and I loved his character so much. He had a great scene with Karen in the diner.
Yeah, he had a lot of good scenes.
Yeah,
the one where he goes nuts in the courthouse. Where he's just like, I'm not insane, I know exactly what I'm doing. I'll do it again. He's like, I am the Punisher. I'll kill all of them. He's just going nuts. It's fucking hilarious. And they're just like, what the fuck? Like, there goes the case.
Yep.
Like, all right, he's
because
done.
Matt did a really good job of making it seem sympathetic when he didn't want to talk. But and it was really great that we had a call back to a character, and he was super intense and just as good as he was last season, and that was Vincent D'Onofrio coming back.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Fisk, and I didn't expect that. I didn't expect to see him.
Honestly, when they were doing that whole thing, and the cop was kind of letting him out, and it looked like he was going outside. I thought they were letting him out. I thought the cops were like, we like this guy.
Yeah.
They let him kill everybody. I thought they were just like, fuck it. I thought there was like a group of cops or like guards that were going to let him out.
Yep.
I thought that's what was happening. Then when he walks out to the fucking thing, I'm like, oh, he's still in there. What the hell?
Yeah, and
then they show that. I'm like, who the fuck is this?
With like fucking 5 50-pound bricks on
For
each
a second,
side.
I was like, who the fuck is this? But then after when he puts it down, and like I was just kind of like, oh, I was like, it's gonna be Fisk. It's
gonna be the Kingpin.
I was
yeah.
like, yeah.
What a great comeback and reveal.
Oh, yeah.
And Matt knew as soon as the Punisher was released that it was Fisk that did it, and he went in and had this great scene.
And now he's on his radar.
And Fisk fucked him up.
Mm-hmm. He did.
And he knows who Daredevil is.
Yeah.
He gave that away.
Did he give it away?
Oh, yeah.
No.
The last thing Fisk said is, I want to review everything on Matthew Murdock. And that's because when he was eating his steak, he felt that cut in his lip when Matt tried to break free and punched him in the face. So
Right.
he's got an inkling anyway.
I gotcha. I didn't even pick up on that. I probably wasn't really paying attention.
Yeah, and
I didn't see
Bernthal.
him feel the cut on his lip. I just
Yeah.
heard him say that.
Yeah, and Bernthal, he cracked me up in the prison because not only did he have that great hallway scene after he killed that dude, well, almost killed that dude, John Forsythe, who had a great 1 episode arc.
Right.
But
He's dead, though. He's going to die.
yeah, he died.
Wilson Fisk is like, I'll stay here with you.
Yeah,
It's only room for one kingpin.
right.
Which in prison is where he becomes the kingpin, really.
Yeah.
So it's fitting. So
Yeah, and then the whole fight that he had when he was in chains with the Punisher, I just thought that was awesome. Like Bernthal's just like, no, fuck you, I'm gonna headbutt your bitch ass.
yeah, pretty much.
So,
Yeah.
and Bernthal's so much bigger than Thomas Jane was. Like he's just imposing.
And I'm not saying I don't believe Thomas Jane being a badass that can do all that shit, but I believe John Barenthal can do all
He's
that.
scary, man. He's a
Kind of
little
like,
scary.
I hate to say it, but I believe Ray Stevenson could do it more than Thomas
He's a
Jane
big
too.
dude, yeah.
He's a big dude, and he just fucking stoneface just going through people. So,
Yeah.
but Thomas Jane's a better actor. So I mean, you know,
by far.
But John Barenthal's both
Yep.
great actor and intimidating looking. So
Yep. You don't really see him don the Punisher duds.
I've heard that it comes at the
But
very end. I've read that.
It
so.
does. It does. So if that's not spoiling, then that's fine.
I figured it would, even though I don't know why. Why just let him do it right away? Like I don't. What the? Maybe he was like, yeah,
Well, he looks at the X-ray
yeah, I know.
and he's just like,
We'll
"That's
put that
it.
skull on there.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's it."
Even though it
And
gives people a huge target to shoot at. Shoot at that white skull.
but it's on a bulletproof vest, so
Yeah, well,
gonna hurt.
it wasn't always.
yeah. It was just on a T-shirt before. Yeah.
I mean, he's it makes sense for it to be on a bulletproof vest. So
Yeah, and so the Electric story, you'll see how that wraps up in the very final episode. I would say it's fairly predictable, given Daredevil's history, but
yep.
it's the last episode's really good. I won't divulge all the information here, of course, but I think it wraps up nicely. There's some good callbacks to previous episodes. There's a nice wrap up to the hand and how it's supposed to go with all of that involving Stick and Elektra and everything like that. So I love what's his name, Charlie Cox
Yes.
as Matthew Murdock. I thought he again killed it.
Yeah. I thought he was good. Everybody was good in it, man.
Yeah.
Like, it really
Cast
was.
was great.
Yep.
And the suit, the replacement suit,
Oh yeah, it looks
was
really
way
good.
better.
The helmet looks really good now.
Yeah.
Like it looks, yeah. It was really bad at the end of last season. It really
And it was the same
It was
suit.
distracting.
It was the same suit at the beginning of this year, and then after the Punisher shoots him,
Yeah,
he had
he-
to get it replaced.
Right, his helmet. They adjusted it a little bit at the beginning to look better though.
A little,
too.
yeah.
But the helmet he got after that was really good.
Yeah.
So
And I hope this is not a spoiler. I don't remember what episode it came in, but he did get the Billy Club. Finally.
what Billy Club?
His Billy Club where it's got where he can wrap it around something.
Yeah, no, I didn't see that yet.
No, okay. Well, I mean,
It
that's
doesn't
not
matter.
big.
I was actually wondering when he was going to get that, so I guess he finally gets it.
Yeah.
Does he get it from the dude, Melvin?
Melvin, who's a badass. I love that dude.
He goes back and gets. So he goes back to him like the last episode, then.
Yeah. He essentially wants to get. I mean, I don't even remember. Like, where does Daredevil leave off with Elektra and Stick? Did they break him out of wherever?
Stick, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
She was running away with him, and he fought. What's his name? Nobu again.
Yeah. I whooped his ass.
Whooped his ass, and then it ends with him saying, "Daredevil must die."
Right.
Is he
Okay.
the first one to call him Daredevil
Yeah.
too? Why does he all of a sudden call him Daredevil?
I don't know.
I feel like I might have missed something. I wasn't really paying attention while Caitlin was leaving.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, because he's like, Daredevil must die. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
he's Daredevil now all of a
Yep.
sudden.
Yep. And I almost like Elektra coming in almost really kind of buzzkilled me because I really liked the relationship that was developing between he and Karen.
Yeah, but you felt a history between them, though.
Yes,
So,
definitely.
That was good storytelling to make you feel that pretty much right away.
Yeah, because he just straight up kind of like dropped Karen. Although,
I mean, he didn't mean to, but it just kind of happened.
yeah,
You know.
but I mean, you can tell that he cares about her.
Yeah.
Still, so but she just doesn't want to fucking hear it.
Yeah, but maybe what Punisher said to her might make her want to hear it again.
Right. They mentioned Jessica Jones. I can't remember. And Carrie Ann Moss. She was mentioned. Her character, the lawyer, when Foggy was interviewing or something like that, with a new firm.
Is that where he was interviewing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So she had a little tiny cameo there.
Right. Night Nurse was in it.
Yeah. She quit her job.
Yeah. So what's she gonna be doing?
Yeah. And her relationship with Daredevil in the first season was fantastic. So, you know, and my overall thoughts is that the second season was as good as the first season of Daredevil was. The second season was way better.
Yeah. I thought. Okay, I had to think about what you were saying there. I thought you were trying to say they were just as good. No, I think the second season was better. I do. I think it was up there with Jessica Jones.
I thought it was better than Jessica Jones, but I also liked the first season of Daredevil about on par with Jessica Jones.
Yeah. Jessica Jones was better than the first season of Daredevil to me, honestly.
Well, the storytelling in Jessica Jones was fantastic.
Right. Just because you like Daredevil more.
Well, yeah.
Well,
I've always had an affinity for Daredevil.
I like this one more than Jessica Jones, but that's because Daredevil and the Punisher. I love the Punisher. The Punisher made the fucking season to me.
Well,
Seriously.
yeah. I mean,
Daredevil was good, Elektra was good, Kingpin was good, everybody was good, but
and that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like
Punisher was
feel like
awesome.
he hijacked the season from everybody, which is fine.
that's why I literally texted. Nick was asking me if I was doing anything last night, and I texted him back like, "No, I think we're just gonna stand and watch the Punisher." And then I was like, and then I sent that, and I sent another one back like, "I mean Daredevil, haha." Like literally.
Yeah, because he disappeared. Put it this way: Bernthal was in 12 of the 13 episodes. He only missed episode 5.
Yeah.
And Elektra was in episode 4 through 13. So
It's pretty even balance then, you know?
yeah.
Yeah, everybody had time to shine. I mean, it wasn't really.
I mean, that's a good thing about having an hour-long show. I almost feel like I wish Marvel would do more, like, on the TV scale.
I mean, I think.
Like, what characters would be really interesting in this? I think Daredevil and the Punisher and stuff like that are
The thing about
great
the
for small
Punisher
screen.
is he's had his revenge
Yeah.
over the people who were involved with the death of his family. So I mean, I know where he goes from here. I'm just saying is, you know, making a season of TV of just him now after that is going to be more difficult.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to come up with some good stories, basically.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure.
And
they
there
can.
are good ones.
I'm sure they can. I'm not saying they can't. I'm just saying, like, you know, that was a very easy story to tell for him.
Yeah.
Revenge, like direct revenge. So,
Yep.
and I'm not saying they can. I'm just saying, but yeah, I think any character that they have could be put on a TV show.
Yeah.
But some of the characters are okay to stay in movies, like all the big ones. You know, I mean,
I just hope
man,
that,
I hope
that these two at least get into Avengers.
oh yeah, I want all of them to. Especially when it's going to be the next one, the Infinity War. I mean, everybody
and
should
Jessica
be
Jones
in
and
that.
Luke Cage are superhuman, so,
Yeah,
they
so-
should go.
Yeah, they should. And Iron Fist is superhuman. The fucking fiery fist.
Yeah.
The only one, I mean, Daredevil's, you know,
He's
the only one that's not is the Punisher. Because Daredevil has superhuman abilities.
abilities.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's
but
not-
he's still a man that can get hurt.
Well, you're right. But that suit helps.
Helps a little.
Yeah. I'm not saying he should be fighting fucking Thanos or anything, but he should be, you know, he could be involved.
Yeah.
Hell, none of them should be fighting Thanos, really. Let's let the big guns do that.
Yeah. I'm gonna get Thor and the Hulk to do that.
Yeah. Iron Man,
Yeah.
even Captain America.
Dude, Civil War. Oh. Anyway.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, a lot of them could. I was reading something where someone said that season 3 of Daredevil could have Morbius in it, and that's how you introduce Blade back into it.
Yeah.
And then
That's a great thing is Daredevil's
they
always
have
a
Ghost
good.
Rider again.
Yeah.
Could Ghost Rider be good on a TV show, or does he need a movie? Like, I don't.
I think it'd be a good TV show.
Yeah, so
Like all the ones that kind of failed theatrically, like Fantastic Four, stuff like that,
Yeah, well,
could do
that's not
TV
there,
shows.
so.
I know.
Fantastic Four could be a movie. No one's done
First
it
of
right.
all, I meant to tell you this after I watched Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
I thought that I watched that again. I was like, that movie was pretty badass for the most part.
Those movies aren't that bad. There's just like little things because the first one was on TV.
It's just corny.
It's corny, yeah, and it's fitting for them. But I mean, those movies with a few tweaks here and there could have been pretty good. One, Jessica Alba.
Doctor Doom.
Well, one, Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom was close though. They had the look right. It looked fine in the first one. I mean, he could have been a little better, but I mean, it was.
Well, he wasn't quite as big and imposing.
He should have been bigger. The dude playing him was the problem.
Yeah. And I like Julian McMahon just fine on Nip Tuck, but he's never been good in anything else.
Yeah. I've never even seen him in anything else, honestly. The backstory, they need to just change a few things with the story, replace a couple of the actors, and those movies could have been fine.
Yeah.
Honestly, the only one...
And Alba wasn't god-awful. It was just like, what is the point?
Yeah, no, they needed a better actress than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was just good looking.
I could have had them... They could have replaced the dude playing Mr. Fantastic for me, too.
Yeah, he didn't do
He was
anything,
okay.
really. He was
The
just
two
blah.
that were good were Michael Chiklis and
Evans.
Captain America.
Yeah. They played off each other fantastically.
Although I'm glad that it failed because then he got to be Captain America.
Yeah.
So...
And he's the perfect Captain America.
Yeah.
It's amazing how different those two characters are.
Yeah.
Like,
How the hell we start talking about Fantastic Four?
anyway.
Yes, a lot of things could be on TV. Marvel, though, in the future, I mean, they could, use Morbius somewhere, bring Blade back into it. They could do a Ghost Rider thing.
Yeah.
They got all kinds of shit.
I mean, Daredevil has good, interesting stories, but I think using him as a bridge to kind of throw off all these other characters would be great. Because the Punisher added...
He's the most... I mean, he's the biggest one out of all these characters, so...
Daredevil.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And the Punisher. Punisher is pretty big.
Punisher's pretty big, too. Daredevil and Punisher are the biggest ones. And then, Blade, because of the movies, people know who he is.
Yeah, that was the only reason I knew who he was.
Well, yeah.
I'll be honest.
And then, he didn't even have there was no Blade comic or anything. It was Tomb of Dracula. No one knew who the fuck he was, no.
Yeah.
And maybe a little bit from the cartoon.
Yeah,
back in the
he
day.
showed up a couple times with Morbius and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Doesn't Black Cat make appearances with Morbius on, like, Daredevil and that comic and everything like that?
I mean, but yeah, you could put Black Cat in it, I guess. But the only thing is I don't know if that's technically, of course, I guess they could technically use Spider-Man characters now, but is that technically a Spider-Man character? I don't think Morbius is, but Black Cat, I don't know.
That annoys the shit out of me that they have to walk that tightrope.
Yeah, it's pretty shitty.
Because they've started something here that is great, and that's why I love that Warner Brothers has all DC characters.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, it might not be the biggest, but one of the biggest reasons why I wish they would get Fantastic Four back is so they could have Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
I mean, because they would do it right.
And he's the biggest Marvel villain. He's the biggest.
He's definitely one of, if not the biggest.
I mean, obviously Tom Hiddleston has made Loki like super
Loki
huge.
was always a big one. Thanos is always a big one.
Yeah.
I mean, Spider-Man villains were always big ones. So
Yeah.
I mean, Venom's been a big villain forever. But as far as like fighting,
Like, who's usually behind everything all the time.
Doctor Doom is definitely. I mean, yeah, you could say he's the biggest villain.
Yeah.
And I want them to have him back, so they could use him for, but more than just Fantastic Four.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so Daredevil season 2. I'm gonna go. I'm a 10 out of 10. I'm not even gonna be biased about it. I don't care. I loved it.
So far, yeah, it's been a 10 out of 10. Yeah, I don't think the ending's gonna hurt it. So.
Yep, I loved it. I don't care. And to critics who are criticizing that the spark is gone, Wilson Fisk is gone, and he was the reason, first season was so good. Wilson Fisk is back, so why don't you finish the season, motherfucker?
Yeah, Wilson Fisk is in it, and fucking John Barrett, the Punisher, was awesome. I could watch that more
So
than
awesome.
Wilson Fisk bullshit anyway. So sorry.
Yeah, he was just electric every time he was on the screen. Every time. So, Daredevil season 2. Go to Netflix and fucking watch it, people. Do it. All right, so Walking Dead. Last week was the Carol and Maggie episode, correct?
Yeah. Last week was the one where they were. Last week was the one where they were getting them back.
Yep.
It was the one where they were in capture all the time. The week before that was one where they were stabbing motherfuckers in the face. We already talked about that.
Right.
In their sleep. Yeah, last week was when they had to get Carol and Maggie back. And it really ended up being Maggie breaking them out.
Yeah.
Not Maggie.
Well,
Carol breaking them out.
Carol broke them out, but Maggie's resolve was better because I thought Carol was kind of towing the line between playing a character, which is, and kind of already feeling like PTSD from all these killings she's been doing.
Yeah, she seems a little bit unhinged.
I think Morgan's gotten to her.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, she's still willing to do it when she has to, but at the same time, she doesn't want to. Like when that, we'll shoot right on back past this at the end, where the one chick is like, is she stuck on something? Something went through her, and
No.
that's when she's yelling at her.
She's trying to tell her to leave, and then
right.
she comes at her.
Right. And then she ends up getting stuck on it, and that's when she's like, I told you, and that's when she's like,
got her
starts
face
getting her face
eaten off.
ripped.
Yeah. Alicia Witt had a good one episode, basically character arc. I liked her.
Yeah.
As like the other Carol, kind of. It was just funny. It was another Rorschach episode though. Like you're in there with Maggie and Carol, and not vice versa. Like like you guys fucked up.
Yeah.
Like you picked the wrong chick to fuck with.
Right.
So, and it's just I thought that episode was really really good, but like there's so much intensity in the previous episode. It was like it was almost necessary to do a little bit slower episode.
And you got some insight into Negan's group a little bit when the one dude that Rick and them have captured says he is Negan. Yeah. So Rick just straight up, sorry.
Yeah, sorry I had to come to this.
Yeah, sorry. Boom, done. Not even talking about it at all. So he thinks Negan's dead. So that could be a problem. And then when you're in there with them, they say we're all Negan. Mm-hmm. So it's just kind of like a little defense mechanism they have. Nobody knows who the fuck he is. So until you do.
Yeah, and they're gonna find out.
Yeah, they are.
And they're gonna find out hard.
They're gonna find out super hard. I mean, I don't really have much else to say about that episode. It was just it was good, insight into Negan's group.
I'll tell you what,
Carol, you saw a little bit of her being unhinged, which
Yep.
Could end up being a bad thing, and then Maggie, strength. So
resolve, strength, and a resolution that she's not gonna do this anymore.
Right.
Her baby's too important.
Yeah.
Also, the group did finally find them. Of course, Carol eliminated all of them, even the people that were back up first. I think what I took from the episode is Melissa McBride playing a character of her character on The Walking Dead is a better actress than almost everybody else on the show. Like she's playing a character off of her character better than a lot of the people play their own character on that show. Like she's just so good as an actress.
So she's just really good playing that character.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like she's made that character way more important than it ever was in the comic, and that's why it's progressed the way that it is here.
Yeah.
Because in the comic, Carol was annoying, and her ending was, I'm going to kill myself, and she just gave herself to the zombies. Like, that's how Carol dies in the comics.
Maybe she'll do it in this too. She's getting unhinged.
Maybe, but I feel like it'll be way more important than that.
Right. That'd be fucked up.
Yeah.
That'd be a fucked up way for her to die.
Yeah.
Everyone thought she was so badass. Eventually she just gets unhinged. She's like, fuck it.
Yep.
And just dives into some zombies.
Yeah. Her and Daryl had a cool little embrace, and of course, everybody on the internet's like, oh, Daryl and Carol, baby.
No, she's already making out what's his name?
Yeah, Tobin.
Yeah. So, yeah. I don't know. Carol, I don't know.
There's 3 episodes left, and I just feel like there's a lot of characters that are in trouble.
Some people are gonna die.
So,
I don't know, man. We won't give percentages. How many people do you think are gonna die? Like characters,
major characters.
No, not major characters. Characters that we know at least.
Like even like Denise and Heath and all them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so minor characters like those guys, I'm gonna say at least 2 of them go, and then there's at least gonna be 1 major main cast character.
I think
death.
5 total.
Yeah, I mean there's gonna be some deaths.
I'm thinking 5 total. 5 Alexandrians that we know at least a little bit, and then at least 1 or 2 majors.
Yeah, at least 1. And my bet is still on Daryl, but Abraham is a candidate, and so is Carol. And even Glenn, for that matter.
Glenn is a candidate.
So
Glenn's not safe just because you thought he was going to die so many times.
I hate the way they played that out.
Yeah.
I mean, I understood
If he dies, you hate the way they played it out?
Yes. I mean, I understood it, sort of, but only because of the way that Gimple explained it.
What do you mean?
Where he said he didn't want the audience to know Glenn was dead when Maggie... Or wasn't dead when Maggie didn't know.
Oh, right. Yeah, I mean,
I guess that was the thought
and it was
process.
an interesting tool. I mean, you thought you didn't know.
It was 3 or 4 episodes.
Just like the group, you didn't know for a long time, and then you finally find out before the group does. But I mean,
Yeah.
still,
But it's the same episode, so...
yeah. Is it?
Yeah.
Does he get all the way
The
back?
balloons. Yeah, he throws the balloons up, and Maggie saw it. That was when the wall went down.
Right.
So...
Right.
Yep. But anyway, so... Yeah. I think that kind of does it for us this week, then.
Yeah, I think that's good.
You know what I mean?
We'll do percentages next week on that shit. See if anybody dies tonight.
You know who
Even
my
more
bet's on?
Interesting if nobody does.
My bet's on either Denise or Tara. One of those
Dying
two.
tonight?
Yeah. Denise or Tara.
Betting on a side death. Tara's kind of a main character, so
Yeah. But not like...
not one of the core group.
Yeah,
I guess.
she's lasted a lot longer than I thought she would.
Yeah.
So...
She's been around for a while.
Yeah, since the prison.
Yeah.
So she's done
It's
a
been
good
a long
job.
time since one of the main characters have died. Because
Tyrese was the last one.
and even Tyrese, hadn't been around that long.
Yeah, he was there since Woodbury.
Yeah, no, I know. He's been there for a while. I'm just saying, like, he hadn't been around since, like, it's been a long time since, like, one of the characters from, like, season 2 has died. You know what I mean? It's like Herschel was the last one, I feel like.
Yes, because Andrea died at the end of season 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she died before him.
Before Herschel.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. It's been a long time since one of those
Yeah.
characters have died. I
I'm
mean, there's
s-
not as many left. I
Yeah.
understand, but I'm just saying.
I'm still bummed that she died. I think her character would have gotten really, really good. She was just so stupid in season 2 and 3 that it was like, okay, you gotta get rid of her.
fuck her. I don't care.
It's just I remember comic
It's just
Andrea.
interesting how, but it's not the same. It's just interesting how TV progresses.
Yep.
Because you think they plan on having Daryl around this whole time? Probably not.
No. He was so awesome
Yeah.
that they had no
And
choice.
you think they planned on bringing Merle back ever? No.
No. That was a one-off character.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, they would probably bring Shane back now if they could.
Oh, man. I'm sorry, but like...
He's busy being the Punisher. It's
yeah,
fine.
it's
So,
fine. Yeah, it's fine.
I'm just saying. But yeah, no.
Well, I think that's it. I think that's going to do it for episode 100 of our podcast. Woo! Yeah. Complete.
Boom. All right, man. You got anything? Any shout-outs? Anything to say?
Nope. The last one was the fuck you one that we read last week.
All right, cool. Well, then that was the Super Wheeler Bros podcast for this week, and I'm Jake Wheeler.
And I'm Mike Wheeler.
Have a super week.
Do it.
Go see Batman vs Superman
Yes, do that.
now.